Let's get it on.
Defected TV.
Hello and welcome to a very special subliminal takeover of Defected's Clubland Adventures WMC special. Get ready because myself, Eric Murillo, is going to introduce you to some of the biggest players and some of the biggest parties in Miami. Are you ready? Here we go. In this episode, we are going to go to the Strictly Defected party at Cameo, which had simply a massive lineup. We also talked to Quinta Harris about his new album, Sacrifice. We also catch up with Mr. Dennis Ferrer at the DJ Magazine pool party, as well as him rocking, and I mean rocking it out at the Objectivity party. And we talked to him about his hit in Miami. Let me tell you, this was such a massive record, this conference. Hey, 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 hey. We also go to the Cadenza party at the Shelbourne and catch up with Reboot and listen to what he's got to say. We also catch up with Mr. It's All Gone Pete Tong at the Surf Comer and at Mid Lounge. And we catch up with Calvin Harris, who's also on the bill. And guess what? You get to spend a whole day with me where I went to probably one of the biggest events at the music conference this year, which was the Ultra Music Festival, which was absolutely amazing. 55,000 people. Oh my God. And I also played at Live, which is probably one of my favorite clubs right now, at the Fontainebleau. So get ready because you are going to see me sweating, shaking, and baking, baby. And finally, we catch up with Mr. Bob Sinclair, who pops in for a chat with Radio FG, as well as the Pasha Party. So, you know this is going to be a hot Clubland special, subliminal, defected adventure, baby. What do you love about Miami?
All the hot asses. There's asses everywhere.
Miami, there is beautiful things around, my friend. Huh? You saw that.
We love the people, the weather, you.
Miami Cameo. Defected in the house, always.
Miami rocks. I came to see the Defected party.
I love Miami. It's my favorite city. It's the sexiest.
Because Defected and Strictly Rhythm of the shit.
Miami's great, man. The weather's great, the music is great, the vibe is great.
We're gonna go here to the Strictly Defected. Where am I looking? We came all the way from France to see this fucking bitch-ass party. I don't sound French though. From Toulouse in the south. So for me, on alcentv.com, right? At the Strictly Defected. Thanks for listening to my blah blah blah.
Yeah, wicked, really good.
Yeah, we're in Miami Beach.
It was really good. Really cool party. Great start for this Winter Music Conference. So I think we're very, very happy.
You know, when I got in here the first night, I went to the Strictly Defected party, and you know, Quinta Harris was rocking the floor there, absolutely bombing the floor. You know, there were some bomb drops in there. That was a great party as well. And you know, Defects is an institution out here. It's where it's at, like, you know, kind of subliminal, or you know, whether it's whatever label. You know, Defected is a part of the Miami calendar.
Hey, what's up? I'm Quinta Harris, and you're watching Clubland Adventures. My thoughts on the house music scene at the moment, I think it's in good and bad shape. It's like, I know people hate when you give those answers, but it's good and it's bad. But the good thing about it is I think that people are now starting to stop genrering things to death, because things just merge. You can't subgenre and micromanage it into like its little particles, because when you do that, I feel it breaks down the foundation of what it is, and it starts to separate things. And I think that's changing. Like, long gone are the days of like, I only play tribal, or I only play this. It's like the music, you can't categorize things now. It's like everything kind of fits into the same basket, because you know, people always want to generalize and put everything in a neat little box and file it away. The bad thing about house music right now is that I don't think DJs are really taking risks when they play. If they play one sound, it sounds like the same thing. The next record sounds like the next record, it sounds like the next record. I'm not hearing DJs play, say, a record that was made in 1977 and then playing a record that was made today right after it. And I think it's not because there's not the capability to do it. I think they just haven't had the exposure to, like, say, I've had that exposure to hear DJs play like that. You know, when I went out, you know, you would hear a Talking Heads record, then hear a house record, and then you would hear this, and it was mixed. You know, I think that's the bad thing that I about the house scene that's like kind of driving me crazy. It's like, mix it up. You know, there's lots of great music out there, and just because it doesn't fit in your little box doesn't mean that it won't fit into your set, because, you know, you can remember, DJing is about programming. You're the puppet master. If you miss me in Miami, check me in Ibiza. You know, you'll definitely get to hear me a little bit longer also, and you'll get to really see what I'm about musically. And when you get there, just dance. Dance, 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 dance.
It's been great, you know. Got here early, red-eye flight, so I'm a bit like tired, but you know how it is. You use people for your energy, and doing okay, surviving. It was great. It's always a great opportunity to showcase your talents, and I think people kind of get comfortable with who they become all of a sudden. But you're only as good as your last record in this business. You know? thing is, I think of it as a competition, and art form. Don't get me wrong, I think of it as also as an art form. But for me, it's a competition. I'm always trying to beat somebody else's record. I'm not playing. I'm not trying to be your friend, man. I'm trying to make you look bad, you know. That's the way. That's my way of motivating myself, you know. And I just try to do the best job that I can, and not cheat people for their money. You know, I think they spend their hard-earned money on me. And I think I have to respect that fact as an artist and as an entertainer to give the best that I can give. And so if one of our records becomes a hit, then it benefits me, and I'm happy that I could give it to you. So I mean, that was a great video, a YouTube video. It worked great because it looked like it looked like the classic DJ is high as fuck. It's like Rip Roy. Thank you so much, you guys. Take care. It just looked like the DJ was like on like freaking 3 grams of blow, which I was not. It was only strictly gin and tonic. Anyone who knows me knows it's G&T all night. But anyway, sex, drugs, and rock and roll sells. So I mean, classic preconception of a DJ. High as fuck, and a great song. I'm not saying it's my great song, but I'm saying people called it a great song, and it was a great video.
It's all because I walked your way. And I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, 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 and I heard you say.
Hi, it's Pete Tong here. We're just side stage at Mint in Miami. Made Hey Hey from Dennis Ferrer, the Essentially tune this week. A second time in the life of one tune. That's because the Remix remix is so goddamn good. A tribute to Donna Summer and the disco era. Thoroughly deserved.
Love it. It's the best. Love it. Look at this. Fucking house heads everywhere. It's fucking brilliant.
See this shit?
You listen in my home.
She called
in my home.
See what kind of trouble I can get into? Bro, DJ. Sean, what do you say about it? I think it went well. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. I mean, you were filming.
Hi, I'm Reboot and you're watching Clubland Adventures. Hey, I'm Reboot from Frankfurt in Germany and I just played the Cadenza vs. Desolat pool party here in the Shelburne in Miami and it's absolutely off the hook, the party. It's the bomb. Got the release Enjoy Music on Defected and we got loads of amazing remakes from people like Riverstar, Max Fix, and they're all really the bomb. I'm really happy with the whole package, with the whole release. Yeah, and I hope that people are enjoying the music though.
Hi, this is Pete Tong and you're watching Defected TV. Have I found what I'm looking for? Well, I can't honestly answer that question because you caught me just a couple of hours into this pretty epic pool party today. It kicks off at 11 AM, it's going to go through to 11 PM. So hopefully I found what I'm looking for because it's one of the most important things that we do here every year. After that I'm doing Mint, which is kind of the annual party I do there as well. Probably about the 4th year running I've done that. It's got a wonderful party tonight with Carolyn Harris. In terms of Miami big tunes, there's definitely been years where there's been a polarising record. And other years where records that like people thought were going to break got bigger during Miami. I think it's fair to say there's so many different kind of genres operating in Miami now that to find one tune that kind of is big for the underground techno guys, the underground house guys, the more overground house guys, the trance guys. I don't think there's been that record for quite a long time, if there ever was. But each scene will be producing its own records. Certainly in terms of the parties I've been going to, there's a few tunes emerging already this year. So. A couple of other producers I can tell you about that I'm excited about. Actually, I just thought of a couple of mad Italians. One is Perupa. Who's making some amazing music. The other one is a mad Italian that Defected know well. He actually lives in London now, which is Riverstar. He's on a real roll in terms of mixes his own music and quite a splendid compilation album, Defected.
Hi, this is Calvin Harris. You're watching Clubland Adventures. I've just come off stage at Mint in Miami. Mr. Pete Tong is playing right now. I had a great time. There's a lot of beautiful people drinking a lot of champagne, which is always nice to see. Look out and see that. A lot of things going on, good things, beautiful people. Obviously, I've blended really well with that, so it's always good coming to places like this. And that's it. We're going to rave to Pete Tong now. Have an amazing night. Take care.
up? This is Eric Murillo, Subliminal Records, Subliminal Sessions, Miami, Winter Music Conference 2010. Let me tell you, it is absolutely smoking in Miami at the moment. We have all gathered here, industry, club people, punters, you name it. We are all here having a good time. Today's Saturday. I'm going to be playing at Ultra Music Festival, which you're going to get to catch today. I'm going to be playing the Carl Cox Arena. And after that, tonight I'm going to be doing Live, which is located at the Fontainebleau. And for me, that's one of my favorite clubs right now, not only in America, but you know, probably the world.
Now that's what you call an entourage. 55,000 people. This is the first year it sold out. First year Ultra Music Festival has sold out, which is an amazing feat here in Miami Beach. I'm so excited to be a part of it. This is, I don't know how many years, I've been playing here a lot of fucking years.
¿Dónde está mi gente latina? ¡Ay, ay, ay! ¡Otra! ¡Mis colombianos! ¡Vamos a ver las manos en el aire!
Carl Cox's tent, and the energy is unbelievable in there. I mean, absolutely. I mean, this is the first year apparently that they sold out like completely 55,000 people, and you can tell. I mean, it's like packed everywhere you go in here. So I'm just happy to be a part of it. Dance music has grown so much in America, and now you're seeing all these people come down here from everywhere, from all over the world, and it's such a great thing, to be a part of. Next week I'm in New York, the week after that in Europe, so it's just like, it just doesn't stop, and I'm just so thankful.